Right now on WHAS 11 News at 5, egg prices are skyrocketing due to a bird flu nationwide and including right here in Kentuckiana. When we said shop local, well, that might not be the best option now. Everything you need to know about the safety of your egg products from farm to table.
If you're trying to avoid hours-long waits in Louisville, well, the Bardstown driver's license office is a more likely replacement than you think.
And we're focused really on the top priorities of our administration, of our city.
The mayor once again relying on Kentucky lawmakers, mostly Republicans, to help get some things done for the Derby City. We're going to break down Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg's legislative priorities for Frankfort on the agenda this year for the Kentucky General Assembly.
And later, Kentucky's two rival teams hitting the basketball courts for some big games tonight. Our sports team is live in Kentucky and Tennessee for those major matchups that could be big for the Cardinals and the Cats. WHAS 11 News at 5 starts right now.
But first, right now here at 5 o'clock, we are following breaking news. Police are working to figure out who shot and killed a man this afternoon in eastern Jefferson County off Westport Road. The scene is at a home in the Plantation neighborhood, the 8800 block of Malvern Hill Road to be exact. Louisville Metro Police say officers were called here just about 2:30 this afternoon to reports of a shooting at a home in this area. Upon arrival there in the Plantation neighborhood, police say they found a man inside a home suffering from a gunshot wound. The victim was taken to University Hospital downtown, where he later died. Metro Police say all parties have been accounted for in this situation.
If they're, one of the top 3, 4, purveyors or suppliers in the country, we're all going to see it.
A major egg farm in southern Indiana has a bird flu outbreak. Experts say there is no risk to public food safety, but it could affect the cost of local eggs as that facility works to recover. It's our top story tonight at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shay McAllister.
And I'm Doug Proffitt. Roseacre Farms is the second largest egg producer in the United States. One of their facilities, a big one, is in Seymour, Indiana, and they detected the virus. WHAS 11's Alexandra Goldberg and our senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton have the story on the regional impact and the concern from one Louisville restaurant owner who buys nearly 3,000 eggs a week.
When we first opened 4 years ago, eggs were, between 7 and 9 cents a piece, and now they're upwards of 40 cents a piece.
Jeff Heidi owns the brunch spot Morning Fork on Frankfort Avenue. He's expecting egg prices to get even worse.
I was talking with my purveyors just yesterday, and they said expect them to go up again midweek and then again at the end of the week.
This is Courtacre Farms, a major egg supplier in the region just 50 miles north of Louisville in Seymour, Indiana, and it's home to 2.8 million birds. The company confirms they were hit with a bird flu outbreak on Saturday. Denise Darris-Spears with the Indiana State Board of Animal Health commented on the recent outbreak in Jackson County. She said at least one barn tested positive for high pathogenic bird flu.
We have to put them down. They don't end up in the food supply. They are disposed of otherwise, so that there's not a food safety issue there at all.
She says the infected eggs won't end up on the shelves.
They don't even make it as far as the grocery store. They don't leave the farm.
Roseacre Farm said in a statement, quote, "Over the weekend, our Courtacre Egg Farm in Seymour, Indiana tested positive for highly pathogenic avian influenza, also commonly known as AI or bird flu. We are working with the Indiana State Board of Animal Health and the state veterinarian on best practices to combat the risk of spreading AI to other birds." It is important to note, while the risk to other birds from highly pathogenic avian influenza infections is high, the risk to people remains low. Darris-Spears says another major impact, the farm's recovery.
That downtime, the number of weeks when the barns are empty and there's no birds or no production, no eggs coming out of there, they really don't have a way to be made whole on that. So this is a big financial hit.
We all feel the impact. My vendors call me and they say, oh, your eggs are going up.
Even 50 miles south of the farm here in Louisville, restaurants are feeling the effects in their own supply chain.
I can only go so high with my menu item prices before then we see less people coming in.
Heidi says the ripple effects reach far beyond the barn doors.
Eggs, it's in everything. Our main breakfast item is eggs.
In Seymour, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS 11 on your side.
So tonight we can put this in perspective for you. Egg prices are right now at historic highs. According to the egg price tracker from Trading Economics, these are the highest prices we have ever seen. In May of last year, the average price of a dozen eggs was $1.58, $2.23 in just October of last year, and now today, the average price for a dozen eggs stands at $7.09.
More news right here at 5 o'clock. Major lines to get your license. You told us about these long lines at the driver's license offices in Louisville, some with wait times as long as 6 hours. It comes nearly 2 weeks after KYTC blamed the long lines on recent snowfall. But our Ian Hardwitt and photojournalist Jessica Farley found out today there is at least one location that can get you out in minutes as long as you're willing to drive to Bardstown.
The line won't even fit through the door at the KYTC driver's licensing office at Bowman Field. Outside in the cold, these people were already several hours into their wait.
They can't let anyone else inside, and then people in there been here since 8 a.m. this morning. So I thought, yeah, I'll try tomorrow at 7:30. She said be here at 7:30.
LaDonna Washburn gave up after about 30 minutes trying to upgrade to a real ID. She said several of her employees have missed whole days of work trying to get their license. We asked KYTC why the delays are continuing after they originally blamed it on the winter storm. While a spokesperson said they considered our request for an interview, they did not provide one for this report. But there's more options outside of Louisville. Without this flag here, it'd be hard to tell, but for a couple Louisvillians, this is actually their secret sauce to cutting down those wait times at the driver's license office.
So I'm actually from Louisville and drove in today to Bardstown because they were the only appointment available until February 17th.
No line out the door here at the Bardstown regional office, and it's still quick even without an appointment.
Out here was the most pleasant wait time. I was in and out in maybe 20 minutes, and very pleasant, very pleasant. Just, yeah, it was a weight off my shoulders getting it done.
It's the one time Cameron Clark can say he left the office with a smile. You think you're going to follow up on our Bardstown tip at all?
I may do that because this is not going to get any better in the next few days. She said Monday through Friday is like this. You have to be here at 7:30.
So for people living in Louisville, it's either wake up early, make the drive, or make an appointment. In Louisville, Ian Hardwitt, WHAS11, on your side.
Well, if you live in Kentucky, you can go to any KYTC regional driver's licensing office, regardless of where you live. Appointments are encouraged, but usually need to be made several weeks out.
All new here right at 5. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg is now putting out his legislative priorities for Kentucky's 2025 General Assembly agenda. And at the top of his list is public safety. One way is through responsible gun ownership. The mayor says he wants Louisville to have autonomy in requiring background checks for all firearm sales and requiring a waiting period for all first-time buyers. Greenberg also pushing for Kentucky to enact a statewide wiretapping law to address gangs and violent offenders in areas with large populations like Louisville.
There are some unique issues going on here in Louisville with respect to violent crime compared to other parts of Kentucky, and we in Louisville should have the autonomy to have all the tools that we can think of to reduce the amount of gun violence here in Louisville.
Some of the priorities the mayor has included in creating more affordable housing across the metro through tax credits, as well as boosting Louisville's economy. He'll lay it all out Thursday at noon.
Tourism helps to do just that through huge entertainment events like Louder Than Life and Bourbon and Beyond. And the organizer behind both music festivals is expanding its reach to South Louisville. Today, Mayor Craig Greenberg unveiled a new multi-year partnership between Metro Government and Danny Wimmer Presents. The company will be bringing events to the Iroquois Amphitheater for its 87th season. Those with Danny Wimmer say they're excited to join Metro Government and increase visibility to the official amphitheater of the Commonwealth.
We grew from one 2-day festival with 36,000 attendees to 2 festivals over 8 days and over 400,000 attendees this year. Our goal is to make Louisville an even better place to go.
31 music shows have already been booked for the upcoming season. You can start buying tickets for some artists this Friday, 10 a.m. Just head to IroquoisAmphitheater.com.
We have an update for you at 5. They are now preparing to begin demolition at the Givaudan plant, the Clifton factory that exploded in November, killing 2 employees. A spokesperson announcing last week that the company will not be rebuilding on the Payne Street site in Clifton. The spokesperson did say they are considering different spots for a future facility, both in Kentucky and in neighboring states. We flew the Sky 11 drone, by the way, over the plant again today. This is late this afternoon, and you can see that backhoe there, the orange, reddish backhoe, and we also noticed a lot of dumpsters on site as they are getting ready for the demolition to begin. This comes after people who live nearby petitioning the company to build elsewhere. The investigation at the factory is still ongoing, likely lasting a few more months. That is according to a Givaudan update.
Well, just like the weather team said it would, it's getting warmer and warmer. Today, I almost didn't even have to bring a coat, Doug.
And more of the piles are gone, Shay. They are now the reminders of our snow long gone, Ben, and you don't see any snow coming out of the sky for quite a while.
I don't see any in the long-range outlook at all, possibly deep into February as well. 54 today, our warmest day so far of 2025, the warmest since New Year's Eve. 54 degrees out there. That is 10 above normal, so definitely doing a good job of melting with the sunshine out there as well. A little bit of a breeze, too, from time to time. Temperatures mostly in the lower 50s throughout the area with that all-clear sky overhead here on Max HD radar and satellite. And as we expand out, there's really not a whole lot going on across the United States. We'll eventually get a system to develop from the southwest that'll give us some rain developing Thursday afternoon and into Friday, but it's going to stay very nice for tomorrow as well. So as we look ahead with Futurecast, clear and cool in the 40s this evening after sunset here just after 6 p.m. and temperatures dropping down to the mid 30s. So again, not terribly cold out there, just a little bit chilly and more low 50s, more sunshine. Another nice day in store for our Wednesday. So this evening, those temperatures dropping into the mid 40s, overnight low temperature at 36 and midday temperatures in the upper 40s tomorrow, heading to a high kind of like today up to around 52, 53 degrees with some sunshine. We'll be tracking that rain on the way before the weekend. Show you how much we can expect just ahead.
All right, Ben, thank you. Today we have a better look at the revitalization of the Belvedere downtown. Today was the final of 3 community sessions. People in attendance were able to give ideas for the project, which is partially being funded by the city and the state. The city says it wants to restore the site to its former glory.
We are building this for the people of Louisville who live here. We also happen to think it has the opportunity to be a great project for people who want to visit Louisville and see something world-class unlike anything they've ever seen and experienced before. But we first and foremost have the people of Louisville in mind and want more people to continue to help revitalize downtown. We want this to be a place that is connecting east and west.
So if you have a big, great idea that you think might help, give them your input. You can do that in an online survey. We have it posted in the link story at WHAS11.com.